Hi, my name's Laura, and I met my boyfriend off of Bumble, and we have a very cute story, which you can follow by clicking this playlist. But I actually haven't talked about this. Have I done the story of how I started talking to the bear on Bumble and what drew me to him? This is a delicious question, and if he sees this video, it's absolutely going to go to his head. But you have to envision me, okay? 34-year-old late bloomer, someone who did not come to dating until her 30s. And I did meet my ex off a dating app, approaching it now, okay? Someone who has had some relationship experience yet, but is also fresh from recovering from my first heartbreak. Fresh from piecing myself back together after a breakup. And then getting on the apps. And for it to be so, like, to go from being so in love with someone, falling out of love with someone, recovering from that, growing, putting myself back together, being in a beautiful position, and then downloading the dating apps and starting off with, "Hi, how are you? What's your favorite color?" Like the... And I questioned as I was swiping through all these people, am I even attracted to people? Do I even like people? I don't know. I'm an introvert. Almost my best days are almost all spent by myself with my dog. So as you're swiping through, I stumbled upon the bear's page, the bear's profile. And I noticed two things about him very immediately. One, he did not look like anyone I'd ever seen, okay? He has very long hair, he has a beard. And in his profile picture, he was standing very kind of confidently, like hand in his pockets with his chin up. I don't think he was quite smiling. It might have been a little smirk. It's hard to tell with the beard. But his face was kind. It was like an open expression. And I was like, well, I want to know more about this person. And his next picture was closer up, and it was of his eyes. And he was smiling a little bit in it. And I was like, you are unlike anyone I have ever seen. And you have to understand, it was cemented into my brain, okay? As a young person, as a kid, that nice young men had short hair, no facial hair. My father he shaves every day, okay? Very like, that's the look, right? That's the look I grew up around. Literally, like, the first thing my brothers did when they went to college was experiment with facial hair. When they'd come back, we'd all be like, can you just at least trim this scraggly ass beard you have? Nobody likes it. Love you, baby bro. He does a much better job with his facial hair now. But to go from that to someone who just was so different, it made me curious. So I look at his bio, and in his bio, he was talking about, actually I don't remember this exactly, but he mentioned the fact that he was a very positive person and that he was really into, like, he wanted to garden and have his own, like, homestead one day. Like, he wanted chickens and all those things. He loved being outside, and that whole mental image, I mean, he was just talking about what he wanted for his life, right? I don't even think in that bio he talked about what he was looking for in a partner. But I read that and I was like, I could see myself here. Yeah. Also, do you want bees? I'm a beekeeper. Can we have bees? Like, it was the way he was conveying himself, and there was this warmth and genuineness to it that I found interesting. I didn't know if I found it attractive yet, but I found it interesting and I wanted to reach out to him. So my opening line to the bear was, hi, nice to meet you. What's something that made you smile recently? And his response was, I try to find something to make me smile every day. But today it was my niece. She made me smile. Now you'll notice he didn't ask me a question in that response. Bear. And I feel like one of the things that makes dating apps hard is if someone does not put the same energy into you, okay? Right? Like, so you ask a question, you want the other person to answer and respond with a question, then you pick it up, and that's how you get a nice back and forth. And when particularly the men, do not do this. They just answer your question and don't keep going. Conversation can kind of just stop, right? For the bear, though, I was like, I'm going to keep this going. Or I'm going to give him another, let's do another round, because his answer was so upbeat. And I don't know the last time you were on a dating app, but the atmosphere of a dating app is not particularly upbeat. It's pretty doom and gloom. Everyone hates being on there, okay? And we're all just trying to do our best to find the love of our lives. But we're all grumpy about being there, okay? He was so positive. So we did another round. Like, I asked him another question, and I don't remember what I asked him. I don't remember what he answered, but he asked me a question in his second response, which is why when I'm doing the dating apps, I do usually wait to make a judgment on someone, like if I'm going to continue this conversation after like 2 or 3 rounds. Because if they don't start to pick up the energy, then it's too much to maintain. But from that one question, I asked a longer question, and he responded with like, and then I responded with like paragraphs. So like, he was putting effort in, and he did eventually pretty quickly roll into asking me questions. But the other thing that immediately made me like, I want to know what this person's like in real life, okay? Because I've never met this. You know, you have to understand, I have a graduate degree in English, okay? I'm not going to tell you I'm the best writer or that I'm the best and most knowledgeable grammarian. But I've never met or communicated with someone who uses only punctuation marks in their texts. And the bear did. And the combination of him saying he was like a very like positive person, his kind face, and the fact that every single sentence, I'm not even kidding, ended with an exclamation point, which made it just feel like he was smiling through the whole thing. And I found myself getting more and more curious, because like, what is this person like in real life? Are they kidding? Are they actually this jovial? Are they this warm and upbeat? I've literally never seen so many exclamation points in my entire life. What does this mean? And he put energy in. He was immediately interesting. Okay? Immediately interesting. He kept me going. And here we are now. And the thing that haunts me is I ended up talking to him, maybe like I had done like a 1-month dating app challenge. The first week of that challenge, I was talking to no one. It felt like nobody was interested in me. I was getting absolutely no traction on my profile. Every 3 or 4 days, I kind of tweaked something about it. I might change the way my intro was worded or a picture. But by the end of the week, I was like, fuck, I can't do this. This is abysmal. And I was talking to one of my work friends, and I wanted to quit. And she was like, just see where the month leads, okay? Don't quit now. Like, you gave yourself a month to do it. Just follow through. And I literally started talking to him maybe a couple days after that. And another week or 2 after that, we met up. And it's not even been 3 months since I learned his name yet. And I'm a little runaway train emotionally. So, I mean, plot twist, okay? That was a plot twist. I may not have started this year with him, but it's the start of so many good things with him. That's the story time.